All right, here we go. Let's go. I feel like it's The Simpsons. Like every time we sit down, The Simpsons, they have someone, they run into the house and everybody crams on the couch, but it's a different thing every time. Mm-hmm. Let's get down. All right, real quickly to start the show, the date. Today is January the 18th.
Right.
Ochente? Is it Ochente?
18.
Okay, I was close. January 18th, 2020. And we're here for another 5K tennis discussion. Why are you laughing over there?
Nothing.
I sense laughing over there.
I'm just smiling.
All right. Real quickly, I'm going to mention there was a couple of questions on the last video pertaining to the tennis racket giveaway and the fantasy teams and the competition. I think I misspoke in the last video, and I mentioned the app. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out the last video. But I mentioned the comments weren't working in the app. So what I meant by the app is on the YouTube app. It wasn't as up to date as the desktop version.
Right. The YouTube app on your phone, on your smartphone.
It's not on a different app.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So if you want to play the fantasy team competition, I know there's literally less than 24 hours at this point until matches start or somewhere close. Mm-hmm. There is a separate video on our channel, or your channel. We like to say this is kind of a tennis fan channel, and we're all one. Positive energy, right? We're all one. But it is on this channel, and it's just on a separate playlist because a lot of people don't play and they just don't really, they're like, Wuggus, who gives a, whatever. They don't particularly care, and we respect that. So if you look, I will try to flash at the top of the screen. We're probably 1 or 2 minutes in. Remind me. A link to it, and I'll also put it at the end. A lot of people jump right on the video as soon as we download it, and it takes me a minute to edit it, to put some stuff in. So if you don't see it yet and you just jumped on the video, just wait, and I'll have it done shortly, okay?
Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow the matches start, which means their deadline here, 6 p.m. our time. Tomorrow, which is Sunday for us. If you're in the United States, Central Time, 6 p.m. is your deadline. Figure it out if you're overseas. Whenever the first ball strikes.
First ball struck.
That's it. The competition is done. You can't answer anymore.
Yeah, and we had Peter Dijkstra that just put in his picks. Good to hear from him. He's a solid player, always has been. Let's read his team real quick. Let's read Peter's team real quick because I felt like he was someone that was going to be giving Stefan Nizovic a run for his money. Also, Dusan Dramacanin turned in his picks. Dusan, yeah. What's up, Dusan? Good to hear from you. Welcome back. Actually, I'm going to go with Dushan's team only because he minimized his top picks or his 1-point players versus his 2. So let's go with Dushan's. So Dusan has Djokovic, Medvedev, 1 point per match win. Then Raonic, Querrey, Basilashvili, Lajovic, Dusan, Lajovic, Dusan, Dramacanin. So, Hurkacz, and then Kyrgios. Hurkacz's first name is Ugo. What's Ugo Humbert? What is Hurkacz? His first name is Humbert. I think it's Humbert. And Kyrgios. So on the women's side, he has Osaka and Pliskova, and then Kontaveit, Sevitsova, Collins, Yastremska, Georgie, and Kenin. So a really strong lineup for him, and he has a lot of 2-point players in there. But anyway, I won't waste any more time on that. But the video that tells you about the rules is right here on this channel. It's on a separate playlist titled Australian Open 2020 Prize Giveaway. Rules, competition, whatever, and check out on the screen, and I'll get it there. If you're just jumping on it, just wait a little bit, and I'll have it there. All right? Okay. So my first topic that I have to start today's show is not necessarily tennis related, but hey, we're a group here, so I wanted to make up a category today because I'm tired of hearing about this, and I figured you guys would vote for it and ultimately solve this riddle. Okay? Clear? Okay. Let's go. So I'm going to term this segment, Is This a Problem? Is it a problem? Okay? So that's the name of this segment. Is this really a problem? Is this a problem? Is it a problem? All right. So this goes out to whether you're male, female, whatever. Have a roommate or not. Married or not. Whatever. Okay?
Alien or not.
Alien or not.
Whatever.
Okay? Doesn't matter. So Carla and I have a bed, and it has rails that go across the top. Okay? I'm tired of hearing about this. So, for the longest time, forever, especially though since I blew out my knee, and I don't do terribly much outside of the house, when I get done wearing some of my clothes, I throw them up on top of the rail and I space them across. You know, I let them air out a little bit because they might be a little functified, you know, kind of like George Clinton in the P-Funk, little functified. But nonetheless, I put them up there so I can wear them again. Therefore, now I thought about this. What am I doing? Saving you laundry, 1. 2, going green, less detergent, less power. And the list goes on. However, I get constant barrage of just griping. Blah, 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 blah.
No, I said it looks like we're in a third world country because I've lived in one where people just throw their clothes over and hang it because they can't afford to wash clothes.
But who's coming in there in the first
Number
place?
one, I come into a bedroom, I fix the bed nice, the room looks nice, and here I have a shirt, shorts, shirt, sleeve, thing. That's not what a bed rail is meant for. You can do that. Maybe put it over a chair. Don't put it over the bed rail.
But who's coming in there in the first?
And 2, I don't like seeing you wear the same clothes the next day again. So really, washing clothes is not hard at all. You throw it in the washer and that's it. The hardest part is folding it. But yeah, we have 7 people, so it piles up.
Okay, now let's look at the cost of the shirts. When we do 5K tennis shirts,
well, don't wear 5K tennis shirts all
well,
the
why
time.
wouldn't I want to promote what I got? I mean, come on.
So wear it for the show and take it off, and then go wear a regular shirt.
Well, then that wouldn't be 100% effort put in promotion.
Anyways, any ladies out there, do you really want your nice bed with the rails with clothes hanging over it?
It's not a problem. It's just not.
Let's
vote on this.
Let me go hang clothes over my dining room table. See how you like
Look,
it.
I'm going to try to do a poll question right here. Poll question.
Come on, man.
Is it a problem?
It is a problem.
All right.
Let me go hang clothes outside my car and see what happens. See if you like it.
It's not a problem. I'm going green.
You're not going green.
I'm doing something. I'm benefiting the power as a whole.
No, you just do it a bad habit.
Well, look, here's my real rationale.
I don't think people care about this.
Okay, we'll move forward. Is it a problem or not? I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
All right. Let's get into the real first topic. Benoit Pierre versus Ugo Humbert. Great match.
That's a good match.
Great match.
Not great. Good match.
Okay, I actually wrote good. So
good match.
You're right.
It wasn't great.
It had great sportsmanship, number 1. I do get that they're countrymen and this should be a given.
No smashing rackets, which is surprising for a pair.
Well, I did see Pierre have somewhat of a really lazy volley.
Pierre.
Or Benoit, the beautiful beard, fly collar.
He could be beautiful if he took off that stupid, nasty hair in his face.
I did notice him kind of snatch the microphone out of at the end of the match. You know, he was like, hey, how did you play today? And Pierre was like, snatching the microphone out. Anyway,
he likes attention.
The sportsmanship was stellar. It was stellar. You know, hug at the end. The young kid, Humbert, won his first title. Vamos,
yes, that's great. I liked him since I saw him many years ago at the U.S. Open.
He cried, and this is where it's okay to cry.
Definitely.
It's not okay when you're Roger Federer and you've won like 337 majors.
I have $1 billion in the bank account.
Yeah, and
not really millions.
And you're shedding tears then, or like when Zverev is hating puppies and crying on Federer's shoulder. No, Federer's crying on his shoulder in like Colombia or something. You know, that doesn't really.
Yeah, this was good for him.
This is good crying.
He worked hard. He won his first 250 ATP title. Some nice chunk of money, it gives him a little bit of relief. Like, yes, I've worked hard. I finally won a title. I can concentrate a little bit more on my tennis and not worry so much about paying bills and traveling, etc. It's good for him. And he goes with a bit of confidence into the Australian Open, right?
All right.
Who does he play, by the way, first round?
Look that up. That's a good question. At 21 years old, when you win an ATP 250...
Millman. So he's got a good chance.
Oh, he's got a tough role with him.
No, he's got a good chance against Millman. Millman's a little pit bull. Millman looks like a pit bull.
Millman's a fighter.
He's a pit bull. He's shorter, he's stocky, and he's a fighter, right? That's what pit bulls usually are.
I think I remember Millman beating Federer at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, but that's Federer. He has his moments. That wouldn't happen with Djokovic.
When you're 21 years old, when I hear ATP 250, you're basically telling me the winner gets around $250,000 plus a sponsor.
Is that what they really get? Are you sure?
You can look that up.
I
think so. I think the purse is close to that. But you can look it up.
I'll look right now.
For me, from what I understand over the years, maybe I just made something up, and over the years I just began to believe it. But I think ATP 250s are winning around 200 in the final, 500s around 500 in the final. 1,000's around $1 million in the final, and then majors around 2-3 more these days. But that's just off the top, so I may be wrong. But when you're 21 and you win a big tournament, what does this do? It enables you, number one, to show people that you owe, i.e. coaches, stringers, publicists, managers, people that travel with you, doctors, physios, whatever. It allows you to pay some of that debt off, number one, which gains you credibility. It's kind of like your credit, you know. If you have people that are doing this, you know, kind of on the house, and then eventually you pay them, it shows credibility that, one, you're becoming a good athlete. Two, you're becoming a good touring professional athlete, kind of like a band going to play, you know, a tour across the country. You know, you see what I'm saying?
The men's final wins $91,000. That's what I thought.
Okay,
Serena just donated her $43,000. How could they pay the guys?
Well, the females and males are different.
No, but it's still the same event.
Anyway, someone chime in on that.
91,000. Yeah, 91 is a good chunk still.
Okay, still a great chunk. So, and again, we've spoken about this time and time again, that generally tennis players at this level generally, you know, come from areas in which, you know, paying for $100 an hour tennis lessons or more isn't an issue, and there are exceptions to the rule. But he enables himself to breathe a little bit deeper now. So a little bit, you know, the pressure builds too on the backside of that. So he can breathe deeper because maybe he doesn't have to stress about, you know, owing so much at this point in time. It shows a glimpse of that I'm getting better to creditors, and maybe he doesn't have creditors, and mom and dad are so rich he doesn't have to worry about anything. It doesn't matter. I'm not going there, but this allows him to breathe a little bit deeper. However,
not only that, it gives you, you know, that what you're working for is starting to work, right? You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a glimpse of hope in the very difficult world of becoming a tennis professional, and here he is on the mat, and very much so at this point. A couple things from the match. Number one, Ugo Humbert still has a lot to learn. That match.
Let's not hit in the middle anymore.
Yeah, that match, Humbert should have won very early on. Benoit Pierre historically has had a vulnerable forehand. It's vulnerable. It is. The amount of break points that, and I wrote this, the amount of break points that Humbert had was 12, and Benoit Pierre had 11. One converted 3 of those, and the other converted 4. So the breakpoint conversion is very lopsided, and it should be in men's tennis. But I'm just laying out that fact. Both of them only served in the 50% range. I think one was at 55%, and one was at 56% on first serve percentage. So that goes to show you that, again, it was a great match. It was a great final. But the question is where's the competition? Because you can't win a tournament in serving first serve percentage in men's tennis in the 50% range and beat any of the big 3. So it's kind of like Pliskova calling out Serena.
Yeah, but these guys are not.
You should have won it because no one is there.
But these guys are not Serena.
Exactly. That's where I was going.
Humbert is just starting.
That's where I'm going. So this is a good win for Humbert because it's his first and big win and playing a very quality competitor in Pierre. But on the flip side of that, Serena's win was a little bit less valuable to me here.
I mean, he beat Isner.
He had a good run.
I'm looking at everybody. He beat Shapovalov.
Good win.
Yeah.
Now
Cecchinato was in that other one he beat. I'm just looking at everybody he beat.
Yeah. Now I did notice you mentioned Shapovalov. I did notice some Wugis, some who gives a blank. And if you have just become new to the show, then if you hear me say Wugis, then I'll just say it. But Wugis means who gives a shit. Pardon my French, but that's what it means. I made up Wugis, so I wouldn't have to say that. But just letting you know. But Denis Shapovalov did mention something, and it's Wugis, that he will refuse to play at the Australian Open if the smoke is too bad. Now, first of all,
he's an idiot.
He's an idiot for one reason. For one reason, okay.
He's an idiot.
He's an idiot because this is just, again, a young man, doing his best to get some exposure, and it gives him a platform to say something on. However, again, I'm not going to beat a dead horse on this. We've talked about this. This is a international major tennis tournament. There are tournament organizers. There is medical staff. There are a lot of huge heads that would be on the cutting line if everyone wasn't in a very healthy environment. So do yourself a favor, Shapovalov. Let those medical staff people that are monitoring air quality
and they're going
to the parts per million.
They have a rule that they're going to do that. Yeah, that's okay. My man Ironman's going to beat him. I like both of them.
So you like Fusovic?
I like Fusovic more. He's a boy. Shapovalov's a boy.
Well, maybe Fusovic will get a walkover.
Yeah, there you go.
But again, respect the tournament organizers. Can you imagine what would happen if some player had some freakish could you imagine if something happened and it was due to that? Could you imagine the monetary and the
if Bouchard can sue for falling and hitting her head? so can anybody else.
You know what? Do you remember when Rafael Nadal was running out to Wimbledon one year?
His head.
And he was jumping and then banged his head on this thing? My father to this day, who's a retired family practitioner, flight surgeon, Navy, used to always say the reason why he lost that match is because when he banged his head, it had to have shaken him up. Brain cells and neurons act differently upon impact. You know, I'm not going there on that one, but...
It does affect
if Bouchard can sue for what she sued for, then Nadal should have sued because that doorway was too small.
Yeah, but he's got the money. He doesn't need it. Nor does he want to have that on his name, on his, legacy.
Yeah, but Shapovalov, come on, man. Prove your stuff on the court. No one's going to let you play in an unhealthy environment.
You need to play.
And if so,
you got a girlfriend as a model. She likes to go travel.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You keep playing.
Stick whatever. All right, next topic is Ernestus Gulbis, the Latvian, will show up in a first-round match against Felix Auger-Aliassime.
That sucks.
Let's go.
Because we know Gulbis can do some damage. Gulbis has messed up some people's tournaments. He is a... What would you call him?
Such a vibrant thing.
What would you call Gulbis?
A vibrant thing.
There's a name for that.
I would say Gulbis would be borderline, and I'll spell this out. I would say Gulbis can be an asshole.
No, I'm talking about like when someone, you got a good player and you're expecting to go far, and then here comes a player that can mess up your whole, tournament, your whole... There's a name for that, and I forgot. I don't know.
A dark horse? An
really
upset alert?
He's definitely someone that can upset anybody.
Gulbis...
He's upset quite a few people.
Gulbis can get down and dirty. Gulbis can fight. He can be an asshole. He can shake you up. He will get in your face. He's kind of like Safin in a way, but not as good as Safin was.
Well, he's bratty.
Yeah, he can be a spoiled turd, too. I get that. All right, but let me just go ahead and give you my thoughts on this match. Gulbis came through qualifying. Gulbis comes from deep pockets. He comes from a hardworking environment, though. So Gulbis has always had the best of the best in terms of getting what he needs to play the game. The proof is
he's an underdog. That's what it is.
Okay, so Gulbis at this point in his career has had $7.2 million in prize money. Now, Gulbis has been around for a while, and we have to remember that players make more now. So inflate that inflation a little bit, a little economics involved in there. $7.2 million in prize money. He's 31 years old, longtime veteran, and we have seen him play on numerous occasions. He has made a semifinal of the French Open. He's made the fourth round at the U.S. Open and at Wimbledon. He has 6 titles. His career record is 241 and 234. That's a lifetime winning percentage of 50.7%. He was number 10 in the world in 2014, currently ranked 129th in the world.
He's 31 now. Okay.
31.
He's being Federer at Wimbledon. He's being Zverev at Wimbledon.
Now, Felix Auger-Aliassime at this point is 19 years old. His career record is 40 and 36 with a 52.6% winning percentage. Is 6 foot 4 inches tall. Currently ranked number 17 in the world and has a current $2.1 million in prize money. Again, you make more these days because the dollar is different.
He better watch out. Felix has to watch out.
Felix got to be careful.
Gulbis has experience, a lot of experience, and he's just there. Really, he doesn't need to win matches.
Look,
he comes from
Latvian. He's Latvian.
No, I mean Silver Spoon. No, he comes from a lot of dough, so it's not like I think he does this more as
what did Tupac say? I was born without a silver spoon.
But he was.
My broken down TV show cartoons in the living room.
He doesn't need to play tennis.
One day I hope to make it a player in this game.
He looks to beat people like Felix.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Silver spoon.
Tough match here.
Who wins this match? I'm taking Gulbis.
Yeah, that's a tough match. I think even Wayne Chia said, Gulbis playing FAA. Good luck. He said,
all right.
Good luck.
Next topic. The very young, the very promising, if not knocking on the door to be a #1 type player in the world soon.
Yes. Yastremska?
Yeah, Diana Yastremska goes down to Ashley Barty in relatively straightforward fashion.
Was it 6'2",
6'2", 7'5"? Glad to see Ashley Barty back.
She's a nice girl.
She's a sweet girl.
She's really sweet. And she's built strong. And not because she's in the gym, like trying to lift weights. I think she just has a natural, strong body. You know what I mean? The way she's shaped. Yeah. It's just, she looks like one of those little dogs. They're strong.
How are you going to compare Barty to a dog?
I'm not comparing her to a dog. I just said Millman.
I'm glad you did that, not me.
I said Millman's a pit bull. That's a compliment.
Okay, let's be.
I'm not trying to say she's a dog. I'm just saying she's strong.
She's strong, yes.
Very strong.
She's an athlete across the board. She played, cricket, right? She was a very good cricket player.
She even said in her speech that, she went through her stuff at the age of, a few years ago, and, she had to get through that and build her confidence. She took a break from tennis. Maybe it was smart for her.
I like her a lot and always have. A couple of facts about Yastremska, by the way. She's Ukrainian. She was born in the year 2000. I think she's going to be the youngest, not the youngest,
I feel old.
But the first girl born in 2000 plus. I think is the statistic I've been hearing. Will crack the top 20. She's 5'9". She already
good height.
She already has it's a good height
for tennis. Yeah.
Already has 1.7 million in prize money. And has one of the biggest names in coaching on her team, and that's what Sasha Bayin.
She's got a couple of titles, doesn't she?
Her record right now, is 132-73, and that's a winning percentage of 64.5%, and that generally gets better as you become a better player, so nice place to start. She's had 3 WTA titles already. She's had 3 ITF titles. You can't forget about the International Tennis Federation because they help as well.
Yeah.
That helps you get into some of these tournaments. She's about to crack the top 20, if not already.
I think she will.
She went to the 3rd round of the Australian Open in 2019, the 4th round of Wimbledon, and the 3rd round of the U.S. Open.
I think she'll have a better year. I like her.
I like her a lot.
I like her. She's a simple-looking girl, pretty in her own way, and strong, and a fighter.
Nice energy.
And she's very nice. She's not, I don't even want to say the word, like some other girls. I like her.
Like Georgie. She's not like Georgie that's going to come up and be snooty. Even though I like Georgie as a player, but her story behind the scenes is sketchy.
I like Yastremska. I hope to see her do really well. I've always liked her.
All right. So the problem I have with this match, from a coaching perspective, is that Yastremska in the second set was up 5-4. I think it was on serve, though. But in women's tennis, breaks can happen, right? Breaks happen more frequently.
Yes.
So at 5-4, as they were switching sides and Barty was about to serve, as I remember correctly, Yastremska called the naive, I thought, now the rule's there, as for them to do, but she called the coaching timeout. So here comes Bajin, which again, I respect him. I'm not knocking him at all. Not knocking him at all. I use some of his tactics from a coaching standpoint that I've studied over the years that come from him. So respectively on that. This isn't a Sasha Bajin thing. It's just that Yastremska got straight handled in the first set. She comes out in the second. She's playing a tight set. She's up. So why stop that momentum? So she calls him out. Not his problem. He is very good with her. He is very understanding. Lets her talk. When you go up and meet a girl, the last thing you want to do is start talking about yourself and just leave them to listen the whole time. They don't like that, right? You want to say, how do you feel? And listen to them. Dating 101.
Yeah, that's only in the beginning. That's only in the beginning. After that,
but it's
they don't want to hear it.
But it's
they
at
go,
but it's at the beginning. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
It's at the beginning, and so I have a feeling that will continue to be the deal here because historically that's what he's known to be, is a positive person. He can kind of pick and choose his player at will, generally, right? Mm-hmm. So thanks to Serena Williams, by the way. Mm-hmm. However. He comes out, and they have a conversation, positive, all is well. She goes back, and she doesn't win another game. And she loses the second set, 7-5. So to me, it was a matter of maybe the coaching timeout, relaxed you too much. Hearing about the positive stuff, you should have just kept digging, I think, without it. Because she was up, here comes the coach. Great conversation, I get it, but maybe too good. Stay good, stay on, you're doing great. And then all of a sudden you chill a little bit, and then you don't win another game, first and foremost. However, Barty gave Yastremska variety.
Yeah, she looked good in this match.
Carla said yesterday on the show.
She'll still lose.
Carla said yesterday something very, very spot on the show yesterday. She said that Yastremska beat Sabalenka at her own game. Beat her at her own game. Power hitting, hit her off the court in a way. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Sabalenka gave her angles. She took advantage of them. Pow, done.
Did it better.
1, 2, 3. Straight up tennis, right?
Yeah.
As the match unfolded today, Barty used the one-hand slice to mix it up. Used the neutral ball. Used the low ball to keep her from cranking those balls. And unfortunately for Yastremska, what happened to here, in my thoughts, is that Barty beat her. Not with firepower, not with cannons, even though she had her shot.
She did hit some winners, some solid winners.
But Barty was able to overcome the very young, and so was Barty. Let's not forget.
What old is Barty? 21?
Yes, I think she's 21. Maybe sneaking in on 22. But Barty beat her with more poise and better tactics.
Smart tennis, in other words.
Smart tennis.
Smart tennis. And that's why I said to be a champion, you need the variety. You can't just hit a ball. You can't, because every girl can hit a ball.
Yeah. So, great match. A great win for Barty. Welcome back. Next topic, real quick, is going to be Caroline Wozniacki. It is her last tournament. It's her last hurrah. You know, we've heard these words from other players over the years, but from what I read...
I think it is.
From what I read about Caroline and what she has said, you know, she wants to do something else. She is actually looking forward to it.
Hey,
she deserves
she's
it.
married. I'm sure she wants to be a mom.
So
she could be a fitness model, by the way.
Caroline Wozniacki is a sweet girl.
She could be a fitness model. She's got some tight abs. She could, like, put herself in a cover magazine and, like, just whatever, sell anything.
Yeah, Carla, you and I have followed Wozniacki since she was a junior. I think she turned pro somewhere around 05. We followed her before that. A graceful girl, wonderful smile, and the proof is in the pudding. People like Wozniacki always have inside and outside of the locker room. That goes without saying. So here's some fun Wozniacki facts. By the way, I do know now that Stefan Nizovic is a staunch Caroline Wozniacki fan, and he was the only person out there. I think there was one more.
Estás loco.
Let's go.
He said, no, he's not.
So, yeah.
I think if Stefan, you watch soap operas, novelas. That's why I know he knows Spanish.
Yeah. Well, Stefan found out that also, too, that Anna Ivanovic was my ex-girlfriend. So, you know.
He said, I think you got the wrong girl. You meant Yankovic.
No, not Yankovic. No, not Yankovic.
No,
you know,
Ivanovic, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous serving girl.
Too bad we couldn't work out our issues, you know? I started talking about myself too much on the first date.
There you go.
All right, some fun Wozniacki facts. Only 29 years old currently. Mm-hmm. She turned pro in 2005. $34 million in prize money.
Wow.
Career record of 624 and 259.
That's a great record.
With a 70.7% winning percentage. That's first ballot Hall of Famer. Sorry.
Oh, she will be, yes.
30, that's Triente. 30 WTA titles.
Good for her.
4 ITF. Former number 1 in the world, currently ranked number 37 in the world. Mm-hmm. She won the Australian Open in 2018.
I was happy to see her finally do it, yeah.
4th round at Wimbledon 6 times, and 2 U.S. Open finals.
Yeah.
Question here is how does Wozniacki do in her farewell tournament? She possibly will be meeting Yastremska and
hit every ball back
in the second round.
Hit every ball back. Hit everything back. Slice to her. Give her junk. Give her everything. Loop the ball. Push the ball. Whatever. She's got to do what she normally used to do. Give them big loopy shots. See what they do with them. Don't let her come in, though. Don't let her step into her shot, because then you're in trouble. She will put it away.
Stefan Nizovic wrote his own storyline. What he anticipates, he anticipates Wozniacki beating on easily, then taking out Yastremska, and then winning the tournament, and then retiring. Obviously, he had a smiley face behind that, but hey, kind of like my Sabalenka. I mean, it's not as outlandish as that, is it?
His pick is worse than
his storyline is worse than my Sabalenka.
Worse, and I think you will lose, my friend.
Let's go.
Did we watch him? Who did we watch play tennis? We did see a few pictures of Stefan playing tennis.
We saw a little bit of that.
But then we saw pictures of somebody else, the new viewer.
Carla was all picking on the serve, like we need to work here. She sees this video, and she's like, yeah, he needs to work on that. Look at his elbow position. She's like breaking down the video.
It wasn't a video; it was a picture.
A picture.
There was somebody else who we saw a video of, on new viewers. Leandro Fronza from Brazil.
Oh, he was getting down.
We were watching him play tennis, too.
He was playing. I saw him hit one on the baseline. He didn't quite move the feet quick enough, and it kind of clipped. It was like
he said he wished he had Courtney's backhand.
Yeah, it was like a half volley that got framed. The little footwork.
You played good, though.
Let's go. What's his name again?
Leonardo Fronza.
Let's go, Leonardo. Let's get down.
Yeah.
All right.
He said, I wish my backhand was closer to Tommy Haas.
Tommy Haas, yeah. We mentioned him yesterday, too. Yeah. All right. Next topic, real quickly, is Ashley Barty. Is Ashley Barty now the favorite to win the Australian Open?
Not for me. I think she'll go down the first week.
I'm going to do this real briefly. I like to follow some sports betting. I don't do that anymore.
Otherwise...
Boom, boom, boom.
No, it's not happening here.
Shoot, she'd be taking my clothes off the rail and like, pow, slap me with it. But here's the latest. Here's the latest Vegas odds. The best odds I could find for the top 7 players, male and female, for the Australian Open. Right now, the odds are heavily in Djokovic's favor at Djokovic plus 120. And what that means is that if you have $100 and you bet $100, that's what you'll get back. So all of these, if I say you're plus 1,000, that means you bet 100, and if you win that bet, then you get 1,000 back. If you lose, you have to pay the piper and then some juice, which is 10%. So you would lose 110 or get back whatever. All right, so Djokovic has the best chances based upon the odds at plus 120. Nadal plus 500. If I bet 100 on Nadal and he wins, I get back 500.
Maybe I should bet because I picked Nadal.
Daniil Medvedev is plus 900. Roger Federer is at plus 1,200.
Oh, he can make
Stefanos Tsitsipas plus 1,700. Dominic Thiem at plus 2,700. And Nick Kyrgios coming 7th in line. There's a bunch of them at 3. And some of these other numbers.
Notice how Severer is not in that group.
But Nick Kyrgios is at plus 3,000.
Notice Severer is not in that group.
I would take that bet if I had a $300. There you go. You got to bet it, though. I would take Nick Kyrgios, the 100 plus the 3. All right? Boom. Word is born.
You want me to slap him again, Rajesh?
Kill them brothers like you kill. Stuff is real. When it's time to bet on Kyrgios, I rob and steal. Let's go. Serena Williams on the women's side has the best odds at plus 400. That's 400.
No, it's 400.
400. Ashley Barty at plus 800 comes in second. Naomi Osaka at plus 800 as well. Carolina Pliskova at plus 1,100. Simona Halep at plus 1,100. Don't take that bet.
Don't take that bet. No.
Aryna Sabalenka at plus 16.
Don't take that bet.
Plus 1,600.
Don't take that bet.
And Diana Yastremska at plus 3,300.
I like her, but she's not ready to win a slam.
But I'm saying if you're a betting person and you want to make your smartest bet, I would still for the return. I mean, yeah, I could put $100 on Djokovic, but why go over the bet if I'm just going to win $20?
Yeah.
So I would drop the dime on Kyrgios at plus 3. $3,000, betting 100, and then I would take the Yastremska plus the 100, or for the 100, plus 3,300.
I have my picks. I put Federer and then Osaka just to win some money.
So you'd be a little bit more safe.
I'm safe.
You know, I'm going from the point. What's my biggest return?
I'm safe because I think they have more of a chance of winning than the ones at the bottom. So
Last thing that I have is Rublev, big time. Rublev wins his second straight title to begin the 2020 season. Rublev. Now, I do not give Rublev the same excuse that Pliskova gave Serena at this tournament for not having good competition, because he had solid competition and met a promising Lloyd Harris from South Africa in the final. Now,
destroyed him.
Lloyd Harris has been around a little while. We spoke about some of the South African players last night, Anderson, Crete, Drysdale, and some other ones. Thank you, Gene, for your input. The young kid, though, reminds me of Carlos Moya somehow. I don't know if it's looks. It can't be the game, per se. But
looks, no.
He reminds me of Carlos Moya a little bit. I don't know why. I have to figure that out. But I wanted to congratulate all of you out there that picked Rublev on your fantasy team. There was a couple of you. I didn't realize that. I knew he won Doha, but I knew the competition there.
He's got 4 titles so far.
Yeah, and Rublev, by the way, was the one kid that needs to kind of apologize about his gripe about the ATP Cup.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Okay, no, wait a minute. If you watched the show about 5 or 6 days ago, maybe it was like 10 days ago, Carla was saying that Rublev was griping about the ATP Cup because where he's from, Russian, he wasn't one of the top 2 players in the country, and therefore he had to go to Doha. Well, he won Doha, and now he came to Adelaide, and won there. So I guarantee you, with the amount of money that he won, and then the 2 titles and the points that he needs to be, I bet you.
Well, he didn't know he was going to win them.
But I bet you he did. I bet you he regrets, or I bet you he does not regret going to the ATP.
No, he doesn't. He's got a good draw. I mean, he'll meet Goffin, which I think he can beat, and then down here he has Berrettini, Zverev. He can beat any of those guys. I mean, he can make it far. I have him meeting Wawrinka. Or he could be Medvedev.
Yeah, you said the magic words right there at the very beginning. Very well said. Right there, that first nugget that came out of your mouth. I think he can beat Goffin. I think. And that's the problem. That's why I didn't go with him on the fantasy team. Goffin is injury prone. He's had some really freakish injuries.
You might as well roll a dice with Goffin.
Roll the dice with
tennis, see what happens.
He can beat the best in the world.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll. It's on you.
I don't have much. I mean, you already talked about the tournaments. The only thing I wanted to say, there was Hobart. We didn't talk about Hobart International. Do you guys remember Sania Mirza from India?
I remember Mirza, yeah.
She just had a baby. She won a doubles title with her partner, Kichengnak.
That's great news.
Good for her. So she's a mom. You can tell she just had a baby too by looking at her. So she's trying to get back in the tour. She's won many doubles titles and mixed doubles titles. Good to see her.
Maybe Serena Williams needs to call Mirza.
Sweet girl, sweet girl. We were looking at everybody who qualified. I think an interesting match that I saw was Stosur against the American McNally.
So Stosur, Sam Stosur, the Australian, by the way, big fan of hers. Didn't she won? Who did she play in the French Open final? She played Schiavone.
Schiavone, but she won the U.S. Open.
And she won the U.S. Open. So she's been to 2 major finals.
She beat Serena at the U.S. Open.
You know, about a year ago, we were doing the show, and Sam Stosur had just won doubles or mixed doubles with somebody. And we were actually
in Australia, and they show it.
Yeah, we were actually watching it on like a downloadable version of Australian TV.
But they didn't show it in Australia.
Well, they showed like the last point, and as soon as the point was over, it went over into some type of different show entirely, like a sitcom or something. We were right. So their own country on their own. Well, I don't want to spread fake news, but wasn't it like their own?
It was their own channel.
Yeah, it was their own channel. Yeah, I mean, and just faded it away. But so anyway, neither here nor there. But I really like her a lot. So if she beats McNally, and I think she will, who does she face in the second?
I don't know. I'm looking at the draw. I was trying to see if it was any more interesting. Just
you know, well, keep your eyes out too for that Hercog match, for the Polona Hercog match. Watch her too, because she can be an upset alert as well. So I'm good. Are you good for time?
Yes, I'm good. I'm done.
All right, so guys, take care. And again, if you are seeing this, and at this point in the video, you're not about to see some little, like square boxes you can click on, then I just haven't edited it to that point yet. But if you want to play the game, the video that you can follow the rules and leave your teams on, as long as you do it before the first ball is struck, is right here on this channel. And I just misspoke the other day. It's on a separate playlist, and I'll put it above. So if you're just clicking on this and it just downloaded, give me a little bit and refresh it and get to that same point again, and it should be there.
Alrighty.
All right. That's it, everyone. Much love. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell to let you know when we do these everyday shows through the Australian Open, what time, because they may be kind of thrown throughout, but we'll get them done nonetheless. But that's it. Adios. Bow, bow, bow. Let's go. All right?
All right.
Good deal?
All right. Bye-bye.
Match well played. Let's go. Adios. Boom, boom. I can't wait to compete. Excited.